Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, it's Michael B. And today, well, this is an old school YouTube video. I don't know if you guys have been around as long as I have, but when I was part of YouTube, one of our favorite things to do, which is a big community thing, was response videos. So this is in fact a response video to 19K Fox's Arcade1Up Cease and Desist Iconic Arcade Media OneUp update video, because I want to give you guys my update as well, because a lot of news has come out this past week and there's a lot of new information. So let's just have a talk about it. First off, I want to go and talk about the potential cease and desist as well. If you guys tuned into my stream just this past week, you would know exactly how I feel about it. So again, guys, this is something I discussed last Sunday on stream, and I talked about the rumor that was brought up about the cease and desist. Now, in that video, I gave a pretty full description of how this information came to my attention and realistically how little information I was given and what little I had to go on. But I did take it seriously, and I said, you know what, another content creator has brought this out, so let's talk about what's real and what's not real. So the realistic thing about this is it's possible. It's 100% possible because the link is taken down from the Iconic Arcade website. You can't actually pre-order directly from their website, and John D did previously work for Arcade1Up, so it's all possible. He's not responding to anybody, so it seems like it's incredibly probable this is actually what happened. But then to the other side, we did talk about how, Iconic Arcade are moving forward with a sponsorship with Arc System Works to do cabinets for their Arc World Championship. So they're putting money into a sponsorship, which seems like a company that isn't moving forward with a product wouldn't do. And then on top of that, the pre-orders are still available on the VMI website, and you can still pre-order. So, very fairly, I talked about both the negative and if this could be true, and the positive to say that, this might not be true, and these are the reasons why. And I think that's fair to consider. You should be wary of any pre-order that you put out there on a product that possibly has some kind of action against it. But on the other side, there's signs to show that the things are still moving forward. So I don't know. I assume you're all adults and you can make decisions for yourself. Then it was brought up, why didn't I bring this to the attention of the public earlier? Well, let's talk again about what I had to go on. This was the extent of the information I received. I did not receive a full briefing on everything that was told to these guys. I did not receive all the information. I got this. One sentence, OneUp hit them with a cease and desist. So what am I supposed to do with that? There's no information to validate that. That's one friend telling another friend something very, very shortly. There's no validity to this. It's just a statement. Now, I got accused of outing my source and stuff like that. I'm sorry for being honest. I did want to say, this is what I knew. And that's the extent of it. That's it. That one sentence. So what am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to go out and make videos and tell people, don't buy Iconic Arcade? Stephen Haywood told me Arcade1Up hit them with a cease and desist. Of course I'm not. It's just one person saying anything. I don't know the extent of it. I didn't question him on it. He just said it and I just moved on with my life. But unfortunately, this is where we get into the games of like broken telephone and people getting between people, because that's not the information that he provided to another person who then automatically assumed that we knew that I was the one that told him the information, which of course wasn't true. And, this is the backlash I received. People making videos and stating that I knew all the time. There's this grand conspiracy where, we have this group that's, involved in the business and we're hiding it and stuff like that. And if you feel that way, that's fine. But, this is not me. And I can prove that because if you take a look at this, made a mistake and he told something to somebody that wasn't true. He made a mistake and he told him as well. So I don't know all the details. I don't know everybody's sources in all this. I can only assume things, but I know from my point, I have shown facts and shown that I didn't know anything more than one person telling me one sentence. So there's that. Then on top of that, there is the feedback that all these other people knew as well, and I pretty clearly explained that. So in my downtime, I spend time with friends, not just YouTubers, but people from the community, playing this game called Walkabout Mini Golf. So after Steven had told me that, I don't even think it was the same night. I had talked to Steven on a Friday. It might have been on the same Friday. I jumped into a game of Walkabout Mini Golf with a bunch of people from the community, not YouTubers, and James Hates Everything. And I just brought up what Steven told me. And I said, yes, Steven told me that Arcade1Up apparently hit Iconic Arcade with a cease and desist. And the only thing I said is the same thing I said in my video. That probably makes sense, and maybe that's why the pre-orders are down off their site. That's the extent of it. There was nobody else there from any Illuminati or anything like that. There was no P-Dubs. There was no console kits. There was no 19K Fox. There was no B-Kong. Nobody else from Super Game Room dudes. And again, also a throwaway comment. We were saying, hey, someone randomly told me this. Could have some credibility because the site is broken, which is what we talked about. But then the comments came out that you obviously knew. If I knew, you have to know more because you're in some kind of illicit relationship with John D. Accusations were made about people working with companies and all this foolishness. I'm sorry. You can feel that way. I talked to John D on Facebook. That's the extent of it. I'm not in board meetings with the company. I don't know anybody from Iconic Arcade other than one time someone from their media team reached out to me to ask, say thank you for making a video about their sale, and then ask if I wanted to be kept up to date on future announcements, and then ghosted me when I responded. I don't have any contact. I have the same amount of contact and the same amount of talking to that I have with literally every company that makes home arcade products. Obviously, I make content on it. Obviously, these companies are looking to, utilize that, and sometimes they'll contact me and give me information. Sometimes they don't. I mean, this stuff is normal. In any kind of YouTube world, people have NDAs. I don't have a single NDA right now. I'm NDA-less. But even if I did, it's not an unnormal thing. People have this, and if you want to get hung up on that and think that that means that people are stringing you along or being marketing channels or anything like that, fine. But look right straight across the board at everybody you watch and then apply the same principles. Cut out everybody that has any kind of, in between with people, anybody getting free product for review, because obviously everybody is guilty of the same thing. That's the reality. So I will just say that. But in order for me to have more information on that, that's not true. I reached out to John D 3 weeks ago when the link was broken. I reached out to him and I asked, John, is there anything going on? No response. He did not respond to me. I reached out to him then, I think it was like a week and a half later on a Tuesday, because Tom Jenkins from the Cleveland Gaming Classic asked me to reach out to him and ask if Iconic Arcade would be interested in going to the event, which I did, to which he responded and did not give me an answer on the broken link. I then asked him again about the cease and desist after the rumors were made public, to which I also didn't get a response. I can't give you any more information than that. So I've been sitting here waiting for more information to come out on this topic. And clearly they have more details and they have more reasons for it. And again, all this seems probable, but I didn't have that information. I only had one sentence. So that's where I am. Am I saying there's no cease and desist? No, I never said that. We all agree it's very probable. It's also very probable that it doesn't mean anything even if the cease and desist is in place, because it looks like things are still moving forward with the Arc System Work partnership and also with the pre-orders still being live. So it's, James quoted it and said it's a nothing burger. I wouldn't say it's a nothing burger. It's certainly something to watch, but There's nothing validated right now. Nobody has showed anything tangible to actually say there's a problem. So we're all in the situation. We're all sitting back and we're waiting for something to officially happen, some kind of statement from one of the companies, some further action other than, being taken down, the link being broken on the Iconic website, and you can pre-order elsewhere. Let's wait and see what happens. And, listen to whoever you want to listen to, get whatever information you want to get, and make your decision based on that. Unfortunately, of course, as YouTube beefs go, that wasn't the end of it. Obviously, if you watched my video last week, I said a couple things I shouldn't have said. I made some personal attacks at another YouTuber. I also talked about a court case that YouTuber had with Arcade1Up, and I said some things that were my beliefs and based on emotions, and it turns out they weren't true, so I apologize for that. I retract those statements. Now, unfortunately, it also spilled over into my Discord server, where we did go back and forth and have a bit of a heated argument because the person kept calling for us to have a debate live on air. I didn't see the point because I agreed with him. It's absolutely possible. No one was disagreeing with the individual. We were just arguing for and against. So it's entirely possible. We all agreed. I didn't know what exactly we were going to debate. So, I at one point agreed that we would go on Glenn's channel, but in retrospect, I started thinking about it. I didn't really want to do it anyways. Plus, anything on there would potentially damage Glenn's channel, reputation, and maybe even his products and his FU build decay going forward. So I didn't really want to do that, and I made an off-color joke about doing it on a channel that this other person would feel really uncomfortable with, which is a person that showed off his legal documents in videos, and by essence, doing that could be perceived as doxing him. Now, I don't support doxing in any capacity. It was a bad taste joke on my part. I never should have made it. It was in a private Discord, and it was just to mess with the guy in the heat of the moment when I was angry. I never should have done it. But unfortunately, from there, the other YouTuber did update a public post to his audience saying that he was still willing to do the debate on that channel, provided that all the people that were calling for the debate to be on that channel be doxxed like he was by the individual. Now, I saw this as concerning because obviously, the other YouTuber has a very animated fan base, a very in-love fan base, and I had concerns that this could be perceived as a call to action to actually dox me and my family. My wife felt the exact same way. Now, my wife, of course, being a lawyer, proceeded then to send him a, not a cease and desist, but it could be viewed that way, a legal letter or just a letter asking him to take down that section of his post, because obviously no one wants to get families involved in here. No one supports doxing. Nobody's public information should be out there. The minute families and all that shit are involved, that's where it's too far. For me, none of this arguing or fighting matters. I don't want crazy fans telling people to go to my house or, finding out my information over YouTube beef about disagreements that are he said, she said, with no proof or factual information. It's all fantasy and make-believe. So this, to me, it was at this point, it went too far. I want to say a big thank you to the other individual, the Rexer Show, for agreeing to take that part of the post out there. I can't tell you how much I appreciate him taking that action. Again, that's the point that's too far. We can all have disagreements in this community. You can disagree about liking products. You can disagree about liking companies. You can even disagree about liking people, but families never should be involved. Nobody's public or private information should be put out there like that. So I appreciate him doing that. And I'm telling you right now, all my audience, I'm done. I'm backing off. I'm not having any more arguments about this stuff. I can't defend myself against other people's opinions based on fantasy, delusion, whatever it is, speculation. I can't do that. I can tell you the facts. I can tell you what I know, but I can't do any more of that. So I'm done with this arguing. I'm going to just report on my channel, do my own thing. If you have a problem with me, fine. feel free to throw it in my comments or go talk about it on other channels. I don't care anymore. I am done at this point. Now, again, I appreciate Rex doing it. I don't think that he posted that with any malicious intent. It's just there's the concern that some people will take things into their own hands and do things that are a little bit more unscrupulous. So I'm glad that's over with. Now, with all that out of the way, honestly, we will wait and see what happens with this. If there's any more information that can be delivered, more proof than basically what people have told each other, I'm 100% sure that there's something going on there, that maybe there's some legal battle going on between Arcade1Up, Iconic Arcade, all that stuff. But that's just my gut feeling, and there's nothing to back it up other than what other people are saying. So we'll have to wait and see what comes out of it. I encourage my viewers and everybody viewers to go out and get as much information as you can on any product and decide whether or not it's the right fit for you. Should people be worried about pre-orders? I don't know. I mean, it's cat's already out of the bags. They did pre-orders. I'm sure that, the lawyers will work out whatever the issue is, whether that there's a percentage of royalties paid to Arcade1Up if, in fact, something did happen that they're right about, or it'll be thrown out. I don't really know. I don't think the product will be canceled. I will tell you that 100% because that just doesn't make any sense. The pre-orders out there. And if it does get canceled, you guys get your money back, and it sucks because we don't get new products. So anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to say on this. I just, again, wanted to take a minute to kind of put this out there and again say a lot of trouble has been caused in the community over the course of the past week because of one sentence somebody told me that's a throwaway that automatically assumed there was this grand conspiracy and cover up. And I want to be clear about this again. If that's your opinion, that's fine. Absolutely have your opinion. I'm done fighting about it. All I can do is show you the facts. And if you don't believe the facts, I don't care. Anyways, guys, welcome to my TED Talk, or thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Just wanted to put this out there. And again, just say thank you so much for watching me, supporting me, everything you do. It's greatly appreciated. That's an update on everything that's going on with the lawsuit and everything that's been going on behind the scenes in the community. I truly wish that we could just get back to playing games, talking about games, and having fun, and all this nonsense would go away. And I think a lot of people would also agree with that. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.